Hello students, welcome to our class and start our learning with Let's Learn. Today we will start the new topic non-crystalline or amorphous form of carbon. We have started the topic chapter number 13 carbon and important element. And in the previous lectures we have studied the allotropes of carbon. Under that heading, we have studied the crystalline form of carbons, and today we will start the topic non-crystalline form of carbon or amorphous form. So here the arrangement of carbon atom in this form is not regular. In the previous examples, in a crystalline form of carbon, we have seen there are the fixed structure, regular structure of all the three form of carbon. But here in the non-crystalline form, the arrangement of carbon atom is not regular. Like coal, charcoal, coke are the example of non-crystalline form of carbon. First, coal. Coal is a fossil fuel. It contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. It also contains nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur. It occurs in the solid state. You have to learn these points in your notebook under heading non-crystalline or amorphous form of carbon. And first example is coal. Clear? Then coal has four types: peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite. So these are the related to each other. This form are related to each other. Let's see the first example, first type, peat. Formation of peat is the first steps in the formation of coal. Yes, this is a first step in the formation of coal. It contains a high proportion of water and less than 60%. Just underline this percent, 60% of carbon. It contains the 60% of carbon. Therefore, not much heat can be obtained from peat. The next type, lignite. Peat was transformed into a lignite due to increased pressure and temperature inside the earth. And also, here to increase the percentage of carbon here. It contains the 60 to 70% of carbon. Lignite is the second step of the formation of coal. First step was peat and then second step. Again, the third step is bituminous coal. The bituminous coal was formed as the third step of formation of coal. It contains 70 to 90% of carbon. Just see, observe this percentage of carbon in the first three types. In a peat, there are 60% of carbon. Then lignite, 60 to 70% of carbon. And then bituminous contains the 70 to 90% of carbon. And the fourth type, anthracite, is known as the pure form of coal. This coal is hard and contains about 95% of carbon. Understand? Then, second example. Under the heading non-crystalline form. First example, coal. There are the four types of coal. In a formation of coal, there are four steps. Then second, charcoal. Charcoal is made from the animals, is made from their bones, horns, etc. On the other hand, the charcoal made from plants is formed by combustion of wood in an insufficient supply of air. Yes, if we burn, if we combustion, after the combustion of wood, they are formed charcoal. What is the uses of coal? So coal is used as a fuel, you know very well. Coal is used as a fuel in factories and home also. Coal is used to obtain coke, coal gas, coal tar. Coal tar means coal, are the roads. Okay, our roads is made up of coal tar also. Okay. Coal is used in a thermal power plant for generation of the electricity. It is also used in a water purification. Okay. The next is a coke. The pure coal that remains when coal gas has been taken away from the coal. When a coal gas has been taken away from the coal, then the remaining part is a pure, okay, the pure coal is called the coke. Clear? Is called the coke. Okay, the pure coal that remains when a coal gas has been reduced. The coal gas has been taken away from the coal, then the remaining part is called the coke. These uses of coke: used as a domestic fuel. See here the diagram of the coke. Then the coke is used as a reducing agent. Yes, coke is used in production of water gas. What is the formula of water gas? So carbon monoxide plus H2, hydrogen gas. This is a combination and it is called the water gas. Just underline this and remember. Then and the producer gas. Producer gas means this is CO plus H2 is a formula of water gas, and CO2 plus N2 plus CO2 plus NT. So this is a formula of producer gas. Then next heading, hydrocarbons. What is the meaning of this word hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbon means the compound having two elements, only two elements. First hydrogen and second one is a carbon. Clear? So here in your syllabus in this year you have to study the basic organic compounds and hydrocarbon. Along with the carbon, the element hydrogen is also included in most organic. Organic compound means the compound having the carbon atom. The compound having a carbon atom is called the organic compound. And compounds formed from only carbon and hydrogen. The compound that is formed from only carbon and hydrogen are called the basic organic compound, and they are also called the hydrocarbons. Clear? That means hydrocarbon having the two contents only. First one is a carbon and second one is a hydrogen. You know what is the electronic configuration of carbon? Yes. The number of electrons is 6. The number of electrons of a carbon atom is 6. So in the configuration is 2, 4. The 2 electrons in a first shell and 4 electrons in a second shell. And you can see here the second shell is not completed. To complete the octet, the second shell must have the 8 electrons. But here in case of carbon, the second shell having the 4 electrons. So that's why the valency is 4. Valency means the combining capacity of carbon. That means if the carbon atom combine with each atom, the carbon required the 4 electrons. If 4 electrons are added to the second orbit, here this is the first orbit and this is a second orbit. So if the 4 electrons are added to the second orbit, its octet becomes complete. Yes, because to complete the octet, the maximum capacity of the second shell, the maximum capacity of second shell is 8 according the rule that I already studied. Okay. So the maximum capacity of second shell is 8. So to its combining capacity, the combining capacity of carbon is 4 because carbon required the 4 electrons to complete its octets. So its electronic configuration becomes when the carbon atom combine with if the 4 electrons are added to the second orbit, then the electronic configuration becomes stable, like the nearest inert gas neon. We know the electronic configuration of neon is 2, 8 because neon having the total 10 electrons. So its electronic configuration 2, 8. That means the second shell is complete of neon. So that's why it is called the inert gas. That is, Neon is chemically inert. That means it doesn't take part in any chemical reaction. Clear? Therefore, the valency of carbon is 4. Why? Because the combining capacity of carbon is 4. So that's why the valency is 4. Write down the definition of valency. Valency means the combining capacity of any atom is called the valency. Example, carbon. The electronic configuration of carbon is 2, 4. That means the combining capacity of carbon is 4. So that's why the valency of the carbon is 4. However, this occurs by sharing of electron rather than a give and take of electrons. In other words, a carbon atom can form 4 covalent bond. Covalent bond means if the electrons, any atom share the electrons from other atom, then they form the covalent bond. Clear? So the carbon atom can form the 4 covalent bond because the carbon having a combining capacity is 4. So that's why it needs the 4 electrons to complete its octet. So when the one carbon atom combine with other carbon atom or other atoms like hydrogen, okay, so they form the 4 covalent bond which other carbon atom or atom of a different elements. Clear? Then, when a carbon atom share a 1 electron with 4 hydrogen atom, with 1 carbon atom, when a carbon atom combine with 4 hydrogen atom, and we know the number of electrons in hydrogen, yes, it is 1. So the combining capacity of hydrogen is 1. So one hydrogen atom fulfill the requirement of 1 electrons, then other second hydrogen atom fulfill the requirements of second electron, then third electron, and fourth hydrogen atom fulfill the requirement of fourth electron. So in this way the requirement is complete of hydrogen as well as carbon. So here when a carbon atom share a 1 electron with a 4 hydrogen atom. Why 4 hydrogen atom? Because the combining capacity of hydrogen atom is 1 and carbon requires the 4 electrons. Carbon requires the 4 electrons to complete its octet. So just join the 4 hydrogen around the carbon using this dashed line, and it is called the bond. If here the single line, this is called the single bond. Carbon hydrogen single bond. Clear? And form the CH bond. C single bond hydrogen. Carbon single bond hydrogen. This is called the single bond. And a methane. This compound, this is a structural formula of methane. Okay. Just remember, this is a structural formula of methane. And what is a molecular formula? So while writing the molecular formula, write down the compounds here. C and H, elements C and H. The number of H 4 and number of C is 1. So CH4 is the molecular formula. The name of this compound is methane. Just observe here what is the spelling of methane. So in a suffix meth, in a meth word, the suffix an is add. Okay. So whenever ane add as a suffix, then that means there are a single bond between the carbon and hydrogen. Okay, I will explain this structure in a next lecture also. So what is the molecular formula of methane is CH4, but what is the structural formula is like this. See, then every carbon atom combined with the 4 hydrogen atom. This is a structural formula. This is called the structural formula of methane. And what is the name of this compound? Is a methane. Clear? Then property of the covalent compound. Covalent compounds have low melting points and boiling points. Okay. Generally, they are insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvent. Organic means having the carbon atom. They are a poor conductor of heat and electricity. Clear? I hope you understood this lecture, students. What is a electronic configuration of carbon, what is the valency of carbon, what is the meaning of combining capacity, structural formula of methane, molecular formula of methane. Okay, then in next lecture we will study the saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon and also their structural formula and molecular formula also. Clear? So till the time, thank you very much. Goodbye.